JB Cycles here with an update on June the 21st, in between my holidays. So next week I'm going to Greece, and there will not be any updates before mid-July. But here's my 4-week cycle, and I have not drawn any what my expectations are here. But as you see, we are going into a cycle low around Friday next week. Then we have a top the week after around July the 4th. Then a low a week later, then a top a week later, and then we have a low around, say, July the 24th or something. But I'm not quite sure how this will play out. I am kind of looking for a 10-week oscillation low perhaps here, but you know, that could mean we make a pullback and then we rally to all-time highs. But I don't think it will be that easy. It is a possibility, but not my most favorable one. As you know, I'm a bit bearish, and you can watch my highlighted videos, the playlist on my channel. I have shown the 28-year cycle, the 56-year cycle. I really believe in these cycles. They fit together with inflation, interest rates, and wars, and they work for over many hundreds of years, and they also fit together with the 7-year cycle and the 3.5-year cycle. So I think I have found something real there. And these cycles are bearish mostly for the next 10 years. But you know, that still means that we probably will mostly make higher bull market highs in this 10-year period. But it will not be such a strong trend like the past 15 years, but more maybe sideways like the 1970s. And if we look at the 3.5-year cycle, I have the cycle here in green, and here we start at the 1990s, and this orange vertical line shows where we are right now in the cycle, like we are now at this point. And let's have a look. What does the market normally do at this point in the cycle? Well, in the 1990s we started a very mild bear market. In 1994, again, that was exactly where we started, a very mild bear market. In 1997, the trend was too strong. Market only made a pullback, went sideways, and the trend was so strong, so we continued up almost to the cycle low, and then we got the 1998 crash. If we go to the year 2001, we see we already were in a downtrend. In 2004 we had some kind of a pullback, but this was a very mild bear market, mostly going sideways. So you can't say it was a bear market, but per my definition it's a bear market because it's a 3.5-year cycle low. In 2008 we were already in a downtrend. In 2011, that was just before the crash. In 2015 we only had a mild pullback, and the trend was very strong. It was the beginning of a 28-year cycle, so we extended this bull market before we finally got the bear market later in the cycle. And then we have this a little bit odd one. We'll come back to this one. 2018, we see here actually we just had a small pullback, and then we extended the bull market. And this is a possible analog if we were to only have a pullback the next week and then rally to all-time highs. But then we have the previous bull market. We see that was exactly the bull market top, and then we crashed. So you see the cycle here is going steeply down. That's where we are now, so there's a strong bias for downside here, but doesn't mean we have to go down. It's just a statistical probability. So I have another cycle, you know. Well, I should maybe first look at my cycles composite of many cycles. Again, you see I in my previous video I showed this is a possible analog if we were to extend this bull market. But you know, there are similarities, at these 2 points, but there are differences as well, because here you see the cycles composite did have say I call it a bullish bias for a period here, and that is where the bull market extended. So you see the cycles composite, although it dropped a bit here, but market did not drop that much, and then the composite went up and the market went up. But if we see here now, the composite just has about 1 week left and then it crashes down. There's no bullish period here until we get, well, late in the fall. So that's one of the reasons why I don't think we will repeat this. I think this is a double top, and I think we get the bearish alternative here. And I do have, from my call it pattern recognition, I'm using wavelets to find analogs, and I have these 2 analogs. The red one is the bearish double top. It says, yeah, we should be just trending down now, and we should in the next few weeks see this double top materializing. But the bullish scenario is that, yeah, it's just a small pullback before we continue up, and this top should be around maybe September, October. Well, I don't like market topping at that point, but it's possible. So what are these analogs? Well, here are the analogs, and they are centered about around this point, as you see. So, well, yeah, it looks kind of messy here, but these are the analogs, and they mostly go down from here. And bullish analogs, well, I only have these 3, 1965, 2014, 2017, and you see these generally they have some small pullbacks, but in general they trend up for another couple of months. So which one is it? As we see here, it's undecided, but if we go up for another couple of weeks, it looks like the green one. If we go down for a couple of weeks, it will look like the bearish one. And I have another cycle, and where is it? It's this one. It is the 17-week cycle, and here it is represented by the tidal planetary force working upon the sun. But the market correlates with this cycle, as you see, pretty much, but not perfect. And I have this. I've shown this before. I have this very primitive way of, because this is the 17-week cycle. But my understanding of the market, it oscillates in 10-week oscillations, and these 10-week oscillations, they cannot always follow a 17-week cycle. 10 weeks, 17 weeks, it doesn't add up. So if we look at this low, you see, here I go 10 weeks, and then I ask, do I see a low? Yes, I did. So it was a low to believe in, and we rallied. But there are other variants. If we go to this point, we see here 10 weeks. Is it a low? No, it's a top. Well, then it's an extended oscillation, so I should look for the next low. And then we have this variant. 10 weeks. Is it a low? Yeah, it's kind of a low, but not the kind of low we're looking for. So we need more upside, and then we get the low. But it can be complicated, like here. 10 weeks, is it a low? No, it doesn't look like the low we're normally are looking for, but this was a very bullish trend, so it actually was that low. And here, is that a low? Nah, it's kind of, is it a top? Or has it consolidated? No, it was a bit unclear, and we extended and then got the correction. So right now, 10 weeks. Is it a low? No, it's kind of a consolidation. It's kind of a top. No, it's unfinished. So this 10-week oscillation still has a little bit to go. So I have this double top scenario, many analogs. The average is like this. It suggests we only go down from here, but it doesn't have to go straight down. We could go mostly sideways into July the 4th, and then I think maybe after July the 4th, maybe that is where it will all be decided. If we can rally after July the 4th, it's the bullish scenario. If we turn down after July the 4th, it's the double top scenario. That's it for me, and I will make 2 more videos later this weekend. See ya!